we like to operate like, this is mine, this is my life to own, this is my life by myself. The Bible knows nothing of that. The Bible speaks of the fact that, like, I belong to you and you belong to me and you belong to the person sitting next to you and behind you and in front of you, right? Like, that's the call. We are members of one another. We don't get to skirt past that. Like, that is actually how the Bible talks and how it speaks of us. We're members of one body in Christ, and we need the body. This is why Paul, in writing to the church in Corinth, would say, hey, he picks up on this imagery again. He's like, well, the ear doesn't say, well, I'm not the eye, and therefore, like, I'm not part of the body. No, like, all of it is necessary. I don't know the particular gifts that you have. I don't know the passions that you have, but the Lord does, and the Lord has brought you here in this time, in this place. You're not here by accident, but he's also calling you to do more than simply gather on a Sunday morning. He is calling you and I to be his church. Maybe you know this already. I've not been out to places like California where they have the beautiful redwood forest, but perhaps you guys have been to spots where you see massive trees, something like this that you see there on the screen. And what I know about these things, just from reading about them, is not only are they massive in height, right? They can go up 300 feet or so. They're so wide, you're not going to try and bear hug this and put your arms around it. Like, the circumference of it's just massive. But those that study these particular trees know this about them, that they have compared to other trees, a relatively shallow root system. Sometimes a 300-foot tree might only have roots that go down 5 or 6 feet, maybe 10 to 12 at the most. But if you were to go and you were to dig up the soil a bit and you were to kind of be able to peer underneath the surface, what you would see is not an isolated tree. And this is the picture I think so often we like to have, like, I'm going to be this growing tree and I'm right here and look at me and I'm amazing. That is not the picture. The picture is a cluster of these redwood trees that, as their roots spread out, they don't go very deep, but they go 50, 60 feet wide, and they begin to intertwine, interlock with the other root system from the trees that are around them. And when the winds come and the storms come, and we think about this, the storms, the winds of life, the reason they don't topple over, these are massive. The reason they don't is because they are locked together to the trees that are around them. If there ever was a picture of what the church is called to be, this starts to get at it. This is what Paul is talking about. We're members of one another, interlocked. Are you interlocked with anybody? If you're not, you won't be experiencing the joy that the Lord has for you, and you will be robbing other people of what you bring. So often we think, oh, well, maybe I don't need community, or I don't have anything to offer. You're literally telling the God of the universe, who made you, who knit you together in your mother's womb, you're made in his image and likeness, like, I don't need other image bearers, and they don't actually need me. It's just completely ridiculous.